Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here. It's been a good little while since I've posted anything. As you can tell, my equipment is still garbage. This is not my cat, but she adopts everyone she sees, so I'm as good a person as anybody. So, it might be weird for me to give an update video when I'm not entirely sure I've ever told you who I am and what I do and who my family is, where I live, or any such nonsense. So I'm going to definitely give you the short version because it's been a while and a lot has happened, and boy, it's a lot of details. I wish I didn't know all the stuff that happened, honestly. But yeah, so this is the guest room that I'm staying in. I'm taking care of my mom full time in another state from where I was previously living. She's elderly and she definitely needed care. So I kind of put in my 2 weeks at my job, more or less. I was working at the job almost 10 years. It was a retail gig. It was nice. Well, I mean, for retail. And I've been here for 10 months and counting so far. This is the only animal we have that remains. We lost four. Four? Two cats, one of whom was mine. Oh, maybe only 3 out of 4. And then a dog. The two out of the 3 were elderly. My cat lived 17 and a half years. So, but I get to spend the last few months with him here. I was with the dog when he finally went too. He was about 22. He was my mom's and her husband's dog. And then a couple other relatives lost their pets too. It's been a heck of a year for everybody, I think. But we got this one here. She is sort of a friend of the family's cat. Long story short. My mom's actually gotten better since I've gotten up here. She didn't look very good when I arrived. She looked like she maybe had a month or 2 to go, but now she's actually healing. No surgery, no skin grafts. She was on hospice, but now she's not and doesn't need to be, which is great for her and great for me for her. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. I can't keep helpers. We don't have decent finances. It's a whole thing. This is basically just a list of stuff you need to pray about. That's the gist of it, I would say. Album's still not finished. I think it's pretty close to the way it was when from the last update, assuming I may even mentioned the songs. I have nearly all 16 sets of song lyrics completed. I have about 4 completed songs, and several others are in the works. My keyboard is in the state I came from. My mandolin's up here. I have touched it about twice since I've been here. I'm trying to pull in my 401k early so I can keep myself alive because I'm not getting paid anywhere else. I know I'm going to get a significant penalty for that, but because believe it or not, I'm not yet 60 years old. I've aged considerably since I got up here, unfortunately. But pretty much sleeping, yeah, sleep is something that I left behind, and I don't do that very much anymore. I have to reposition my mother every 3 hours or so. When I first got up here, started to get to every 2. That's a whole thing as well. But yeah, so I'm doing that overnights, all day, all night. And every once in a while I have a helper here that'll make breakfast, so I have like 3 or 4 hours to myself. Good times. So, but yeah, so I'm still working on the album. I'm still going out of my mind. More or less found a church in the state that I was previously from. However, I keep track, some of the congregation and I are friends through Facebook primarily. It's not like a super duper fellowship, although I have a really good friend that lives in a different state from here and a different state from there that turned me on to that church, who no longer is at that church. She's taking care of her mother as well. And but she's a dear sister. So, all right, anyway, back to where I was before, which was February. I became engaged. I bet I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I even had an opportunity to tell you I was going out with anybody, because I don't think I was last time I taped this. But anyways, he is a believer. He is very, very helpful. Yeah, lots of amazing things lined up for us to be together, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, I don't know when I'm going to be getting married to the poor man. He's in the state I came from. We visit each other every few weeks. What else? Yeah, he's very, very patient and very giving and very loving and lots of other stuff. And I know I need to eventually prioritize him over everybody else, except for obviously God, because I'm making vows with the man, and that does take precedent over everything else. So prayers for that too. What else? Well, I'm tired. Shocker. Not sure if I have health things I'm going through. I haven't had time, energy, money, or anything else to be able to see a doctor. But I do seem to suffer from anxiety even more than I did before. But I'm doing more breathing exercises and certainly praying through it. I'm doing more skincare now. I'm taking more supplements. My headaches are not as bad as what they were several years ago. That used to be debilitating around 2014/2015. So, but yeah, I'm doing more skincare, taking YouTube advice about which ones to use. I mean, the ingredients, not necessarily the brands. Not quite that pitiful, but anyway, I'm at that age where I'm trying skincare, sunscreen, all that fun stuff, just so I don't start sagging all the way past my kneecaps. Let's see, my brother lives in this state, but not near me. His health about as good as it's always been. I wish he lived closer to me. Yeah, health issues all the way around, another thing to pray for. I feel okay, besides being like tired and occasionally stiff and occasionally retaining water in different parts of my body, but that's not really anything particularly new. Pray that I maintain weight loss and be able to do more exercises, because that's my metabolism is definitely starting to turn too. pray for me being able to take at least one day off a week, because right now I can't do that because I don't have enough helpers to do that. And certainly I want enough of a full staff to where I don't even have to live up here. I can live there. Oh, what? Mad grooming fit. Oh, golly. I mean, you've probably noticed a few things going on in this country and the world. I don't think I have to remind you to pray for those things. But me with the last name of Gold, that's making life a little more interesting than I thought it would. I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm not really laughing. I'm just nervously laughing. It's when Australia starts screaming from the river to the sea is real, will cease to be, is more or less what they're saying. I'm kind of not down with that. And lots of lying, lots of politicking, lots of craziness, lots of deconstruction. Oh golly, I'm tired of that. People stopping faith because they're hurting so much. It's like, if anything, you need God more, not less. He may not always be able to take the pain away, but at least he suffered through it with you, because Jesus was on the cross, and that's a big deal. Oh my gosh. I mean, there was that, pandemic thing that happened. And there were quite a few people I know who are vaxxed and unvaxxed, and they got sick about the same. I think the people that got it the most were actually in the hospital with other things, and at least a few other people picked it up from there. I mean, the place is full of sick people. I mean, they try their best to vet the folks before they come in, and the masks and all that, but stuff does happen. I worked in a retail job and never picked it up from a customer or anything. Just kept the distance protocol, and didn't let anybody breathe on me. And if I coughed in my shoulder, sneezed into my shoulder. Frequently washed my hands. I mean, no biggie, I guess. We were considered a necessary business, so I didn't lose work at all, which was amazing. So, but a whole lot of people, they were doing unemployment, and of course some people lost folks, that were older or had health problems, and occasionally people that seemed healthy, but they ended up going anyway. And just a lot of mess. And me being in retail, oddly enough, I got a certain amount of insight into the pandemic and a whole lot of other things too. I got to talk to people about the histories of their families and their plans, their hopes, their dreams, their losses, graduations. It's actually kind of cool for a retail gig. There's some things about it I actually miss quite a bit. But I'm trying to figure out how to go from here. I know I need to finish the album, obviously. I have not yet finished school. C19 kind of put a stop to that. I was about to be on the internship part of the tour, and now I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm in massive debt, and all the loans are coming due, and I'm just here. I'm considering doing something remote online with the bachelor's in psychology that I have. Trying to see if I can make a little money while I'm here. I don't know if I have enough energy or time, but God opens doors. And so that's where the faith part comes in. It's kind of a tough one. I know everybody's going through stuff. If you want to tell me what you're going through and what I can pray for, like always, just leave the comment and I will absolutely pray for you like I always do. For anybody that stuck around all this time, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try and post more. I'm getting more and more self-conscious. I'm trying desperately just to say things despite my imperfections, you know, how things might come across, or how I might get heckled. How I'm going to get heckled. It's like there'll be 5 viewers and 2 of them are gonna be mean. You know, there's enough negativity already, people, honestly. But I mean, it's not devastating when people do it. It's just kind of obnoxious. You know, if I get 10 viewers and 2 or 3 of them are like, "You're stupid. Why don't you go kill yourself?" Like, nope. I think plenty of other things are already in line to do that. Thank you, though. Okay, so I did an a cappella song. It's not mine, but it's a Christmas ditty on my other YouTube channel if you want to check that out. I think it came along pretty well. I don't know what else to tell you. I think that's about it. I don't honestly know. My hair's down past my waist now. Want to see? Needs to be washed, but that's cool. And let's see, you can see some purple in it. It needs to be redone, but anyway, I've been doing my hair purple for a while. This is the only time you could really see it, though. I don't have to bleach before coloring. Oh, yeah. So that's helpful. I don't even know. Yeah, there's not much else to really say that's of any importance. Just that there are people hurting. We need to reach out to those people with prayer, with finances, with our attention and our time. We need to come together as a church, big time. No more Sparkle Creed, because they're being organized. They're speaking out. They're speaking their truth, and we need to start doing that too. We need to start being bolder, sharing our faith, spreading the gospel, the actual gospel. We have to tell the truth in love, which means we have to not be cruel about what we say, but we also can't enable people into hell. We can't do it anymore. We cannot do it anymore. We have to, now's the time where we really need to speak out. We need to speak on behalf of our Lord. We have to love our neighbor as ourselves, and the way we can do that is by sharing the truth of what Jesus did. I don't know how much more time we're going to have to be able to do this. And there's a lot of vitriol. I mean, really a lot of hatred, and it's growing towards Christians and Jews, and it's getting really rough out there. We have to really come together. I mean, if the underground church in China can do it, we sure can. In America, while we still can, and even if we can't, we need to figure it out. We need to listen to God and figure it out. if you have any ideas about that, if you want to pray about that, if you want to even designate a day and time, I can potentially live stream from my horribly lit laptop and we can see about doing that. I mean, I am game, I mean, anytime after, well, really 11 p.m. It's the only time I'm not interrupted, except once every 3 hours to again reposition her, but I can certainly fit in 10 to 15 minutes to pray if I get enough sleep. And even if I don't, I will still make it a point to do this, and whether it's Thursday or not. I mean, I pray almost all the time anyway. Boy, oh boy, it's a difficult thing, but I'm game if you are. Hopefully I'll be dropping another video at some point soon. I'm still reeling in my mind about everything that there is that I want to post, but I figured I'd at least let you know I was alive first, and how I'm alive, and different things. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have a really Merry Christmas and a very blessed New Year, and I will talk to y'all soon.